You ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
Welcome to Wealthbuilding Wednesdays, where we center Black, women, and BIPOC-owned businesses, highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs, and center socially innovative enterprises, building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling Black dollars. It's Wealthbuilding Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
And we do this every Wednesday. If you're trying to get on, hop in my DMs. Probably best to do so on Instagram, because that's where I spend most time. It's at diprimaradio, DIPRIMA, and then radio. But you could also reach out to KBLA 1580 on any of our socials, and we appreciate you being there, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. I'm being joined in studio, and you know I love it best when folks come in studio and talk to me face to face. He's owner and image consultant for Swank Men's Fashion. He empowers men to cultivate confidence, style, and purpose, rooted in ancestral wisdom and sharpened by years of branding and creative ventures. He built Swank. It is more than a haberdashery. It's an institute for manhood development where presence becomes power and style is the finishing touch of prestige. I love your bio. Khnum Alexander, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, you got it right. Been in Inglewood for about 5 years now, and it's when I say haberdashery, most people say, "Okay, what is that?"
Yeah, I was thinking that. I know what a haberdashery is because I'm
most people
I'm a nerd. I read a lot. Stuff like that.
Me too. I'm a nerd too.
Yeah, but explain what a haberdashery is.
Yeah, so a haberdashery is where a man can get most things like a suit, a hat, a tie, some shoes, some cufflinks, some underwear, you know. So it's a place where a man can get clothes. I hate when people say, "Oh, it's a men's boutique." And no, it's a haberdashery.
I mean, but that term is also mostly affiliated with hats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is that your specialty, or is that just like
no,
is
my
that the
specialty is everything, putting everything together. That's my specialty, because you could take a hat and don't know how to wear it. Most people feel uncomfortable in hats because they don't know how to wear them.
Really?
Yeah. So
there's an art to wearing a hat?
It's an art to wearing
Well,
a
I'm
hat.
sure I've probably been doing it wrong, but...
especially for a man.
Okay.
You know.
What are the main mistakes people make wearing hats? Men make wearing
cocking them back like, you know, all the way back. You know, you're supposed to just slightly forward, close to the brow line where it meets your glasses, and tilt it ever so slightly.
Okay.
It gives it a little more panache than wearing it any other way.
It's all about how it sits on your head.
How it sits on your head.
On your crown.
Yes. Yes, because I call them crowns. Most guys that come in, they say, I would like to get a crown today to wear to an event, to a space, you know. So it's a privilege to be able to help men find their own style.
Yeah. Do you think men are sort of boxed out of fashion in a way. Like, I mean, unless you're in the high fashion space, it's just like the everyday. Because it seems like the whole fashion industry mostly markets toward women.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about it. Like when my grandfather and my dad were around, they probably wore a blazer every day. And
You have yours on.
yes. And I say you dress how you want to be addressed. So if you want to be addressed as a ball player, athlete, you dress like an athlete. If you want to be addressed as a businessman, an entrepreneur, you dress as such.
Okay, so to that point, I mean, we are much more casual, especially here in LA. Athleisure is kind of like rules the day.
Especially since the pandemic. I never subscribed to it. People forgot what sizes they wore because they wore sweats so much. And then they couldn't figure out, like, oh, I picked up a little weight. They haven't put on no pants. I get young men that come in my store and I say, oh, what's your waist size? Huh? And that's really just a simple thing. What's your waist size?
Yeah.
And they don't know. I have to measure them and get them started.
So you're not just a vendor of clothing, accessories, and hats. You're a consultant.
Yes, exactly. So say for instance, you wanted to embark on a new career. So you dress how you want to be in 5 years, not dress how you are right now. So if I wanted to be CEO of a company, I begin to dress that way. I embody that now. So it's the whole visualization.
Dress where you're going, not where you are.
Yes,
and it's part of a visualization that is part of a manifestation.
Yes, correct. So it's all in your aura. Whatever you leak out, that's what you want to dress. Yeah,
It's funny because no disrespect to my old job. I loved it very much where I worked for Stevie Wonder for many years.
Yes.
But because I started at 4:30 in the morning, a lot of times I would be in an athleisure. As soon as I get off the air, I'll go work out.
Yeah.
And
I understand that.
Yeah, when I started here with Tavis, I said, well, let me start a new page. Let me, dress for work, and this is before we were on YouTube. Now we're on YouTube every day, so people can see what I have on. Like, I'm running out of clothes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how do you want to present yourself to the world?
Right.
How do you want the world to see you?
Well, sometimes we don't want the world to see us.
But we have no other choice. The world is, if you go outside, the world is going to see you.
That's super basic, but I'm glad you might need to say that again.
Yeah. If you go outside, the world is going to see you. So you have to be, I love to dress how you want to be addressed. People speak to you different. They've done studies that say, like, if a man, I see it in person. If a man, he comes and puts on a suit or some garb and he looks in a mirror, his attitude changes. His confidence begins to bubble out.
I'm sure you've seen that a lot with folks that come in for a man makeover.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you call them makeovers?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't call it a makeover.
A man image upgrade.
Yeah, an image upgrade. That sounds much better. Makeover. I would leave that to the female persuasion.
Are hats still in style?
Yeah, everybody is starting to wear them more and more now.
So they're having a resurgence.
Yes, a resurgence. You could say a lot of the gentlemen that I style, I might include a hat. It's like a signature thing. I'm also a part of a cigar brand, so it's a lifestyle thing.
Oh, Lord, cigars too. It's a whole
lifestyle. The finer things in life, I like to say.
The finer things in life. Okay.
We like to indulge in the finer things in life.
So don't wear tacky hats.
Don't wear a tacky hat. Don't wear a polyester hat. I'm a stickler on even fabric. So fabric.
Why not a polyester hat?
Because anything polyester is plastic.
Right.
You want to wear plastic on your head. It doesn't breathe well. It doesn't. So a straw
probably
hat.
bad for you too. I mean, we talk about these microparticles of plastic.
Yes.
You're putting it on your head, it's probably seeping right into your brain.
Yes. So I stick with the natural fibers.
When I look at pictures of the Harlem Renaissance and that period,
yes.
You see how black people in particular we were sharp, right?
Yes.
The men were all wearing hats. A lot of the women were wearing hats.
Yes.
Fancy hats
Yes.
and suits and things. Have we lost that art?
I think we've lost a lot of it, but I think it's able to bring some of it back. When we care about how you present yourself to the world, you dress a little different.
I mean, it's like for weddings, funerals,
no,
church.
they used to do it every day.
They used to do it every day. I'm talking about now. It
Yeah.
seems like we do it for weddings, funerals, and church.
Yeah, I do it every day. So
Yeah.
I know some people that do it every day. It is, you get a lot of people with graphic tees on. I like to say dress like men. And men dress
that's
certain way.
that's a whole can of worms right there.
Oh yeah, we can open it up.
Yeah, okay, open it up because I believe in freedom of expression. Dress how you want. Wear your graphic tees. Sag your pants. Do you? I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, when men reach a certain age,
They should dress a certain way.
I'm not going to tell you what to do.
I say it for you.
Yeah, you're
they
the
should
style
dress
consultant.
a certain way.
And what is that certain way?
They should dress like a man. Stop wearing the graphic tees, sagging jeans with tennis shoes. My grandfather, I never used to see him in tennis shoes. If he was working in the yard, he would have on some boots.
But now tennis shoes, I mean, you can get $500 tennis shoes. Tennis shoes can be a prestige item now.
They can. I mean, that's why
you
the
still don't wear
advent
'em.
of sneaker balls. No, I will throw them in there, but a loafer will last you longer than a sneaker. and we're talking about chic, classic style.
Right.
So that tennis shoe is a trend. It's going to go out of style. I could wear my loafer 10 years from now and still be in style.
So, I think there's something about staying a child forever in that. That's what I'm objecting to. I'm fine with you being childlike and having fun, but when grown men all day, every day are in like grown man garanimals, like these matching hip hop clothes and stuff,
Yeah.
It's kind of a turnoff at a certain point.
Women say it all the time.
Do they?
The women
I'm
say
not
it.
alone.
I hear it all the time. So men, I mean, if you want to impress a woman, dress in a suit. They say a man in a suit is like a woman in lingerie to women.
Really? I thought
Yes.
you were going to say a dress, but you went
No.
all the way to lingerie.
Yeah, like women love to see a man in a suit. A suit is a uniform in a sense, and we a lot of women like men in uniform.
That's what I've heard.
Yes.
Well, Jerry Anderson says you look dashing,
Oh, thank you.
and
Thank you,
Jacqueline
Jerry.
says you look swanky.
Yes.
You're
That's
getting some love. We'll find out more about your business, how
Mm-hmm.
we can help keep you in business,
Oh,
and
of
how
course.
you can help keep us in business
Yes.
when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, black families have acquired land through grit, faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of black land lost before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic black narrative archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandloss.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nico Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
Khnum Alexander is in the Wealthbuilding Wednesday spotlight, and he has a haberdashery. Haberdashery, not just hats.
Yes.
It is all the things a man needs to put himself together, right?
Yes.
His image.
To dress his soul.
To dress his soul. You got bars, I see. So, Khnum, let's get to the basic before we run out of time, because this always happens. Where's your store? How can we tap in? Can we shop online? How can people find you?
It's 2709 West Manchester Boulevard, Inglewood, California. It's between 5th and 7th on Manchester, right east of Crenshaw. You can reach me right now on Instagram is swank_men's_fashion.
Swank_men's_fashion. Okay.
Yes.
And how else can we support? Just show up by?
Yeah, just show up with a cigar brand. We do have a nice, elegant event coming up. It's September the 20th, called Stogies Under the Stars. It's really, you be dressed when you come out. We recommend it.
How will they get tickets, or where will they go?
You could go to cigarkingswithouttheI.com, or you could visit us on Cigar.
Without the I in Kings, or in Cigar?
Without the I in Kings.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a lot of it, so we said we took the I out of Kings.
Okay.
Just to make it a little different. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So your collective Kings.
Yes.
Cigar Kings without the I.com.
Yes. So I get an opportunity to address these gentlemen too. So I think everyone we're known for our fabulous, dapper style. So come out if you want to see some grown folks in a grown and sexy environment. We're known to put on a great show. Okay, so go to cigarkings.com.
Yes. And what are some of the things you could offer me? Let's say I have a brother, or ladies, let's say you're dating someone who is perfect in every way, but needs a style upgrade. What would we do?
You just say, hey, I know this wonderful gentleman named Khnum Alexander, and he owns a store in Inglewood, and you just send him there. I will do the rest. I normally can, without, anything else, I could kind of get him to stretch a little bit. Instead of wearing you would look nice. We'll start with just a button-down collared shirt and some nice slacks, or chino pants or shorts. You know, it doesn't.
So you know how to transition men
Yes,
from
yes.
completely athleisure to
I find
upscale
out.
casual
Yes.
to.
Yes. I could work that out. And if they want a total upgrade for their business, it's a whole process. You know, you feel like, okay, what are you not willing to wear? You know, and some people can push the boundaries a little bit more than others. If you want just a casual, conservative suit, then you know you're doing the notch lapels, you're not doing the peak lapels. It's a whole process. You probably do not even do a pocket square, but for those that stretch the boundaries and like to express themselves a little bit more, it's the whole gamut. You run from the hat to the frames to the I always say there's dapperness in the details. So even the cufflinks.
Dapperness in the details. Yeah. Well, I see you got some, like you said, pushing the envelope stuff. I'm on your Instagram right now. Some of these shorts and things and colorful. And you mentioned the NBA athletes.
Yeah.
I feel like the NBA and NFL some of the guys are really experimenting and going into some high fashion, edgy looks.
Yeah, I think a little too far. I like to keep it more masculine.
Really?
Yeah. To be honest.
But high fashion is more a little bit more androgynous now, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's why everything in my store is not high fashion. It's high fashion, but it's not those known brands that blur the lines.
Right.
You're gonna leave my store and
old fashioned, high fashion.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, okay. That's still a man right there. The masculinity will exude out of you.
Well, I mean, I think people should express their gender however they see fit. You know, be fluid if you want to. Some of that stuff just doesn't look cute, though.
On men. No, it doesn't.
On anybody that I know of. But I mean, that's just, but I don't claim to be a fashion expert either.
Yeah, it doesn't. I even wrote an article, "The Marginalization of Masculinity."
You know, that's like a whole other show because we can get into the manosphere and the sort of gender wars. How can you marginalize masculinity when men still rule the world?
Well, if you look at the fashion industry, especially high fashion that you say, most designers aren't that masculine, right?
But designers don't run banks, corporations, countries, schools, institutions. All the seats of power are still controlled by men. So this idea that we're being marginalized by a few guys wearing skirts and nail polish to me is really whiny.
Those guys aren't wearing skirts and nail polish. You know, they're the designers. And to get in that world, you have to. It's almost like you have to placate to how they present. I see it from my standpoint.
You're in the fashion business.
Yeah.
You're not a banker, but I'm just saying there's a lot of, and maybe you want to chime on this conversation on another day. But I just feel like there's a lot of whining and crying going on from men about how they're being marginalized when they're still controlling everything. It's like it.
Well, not me. I'm not controlling. I'm controlling my store.
You control your store.
Yeah, that's
right.
about it.
Which, by the way, is at 2709 West Manchester in the city of Inglewood, and available on Instagram at swank_men's_fashion.
Yes.
What's the biggest mistake men make in fashion?
The wrong fit.
Really? Too tight, too loose?
Too tight, too loose. It could be
either or.
It could be a $2,000 suit, and if it doesn't fit right, it doesn't.
I mean,
work.
this is crazy, but I feel like the president, as rich as he is, his suits don't fit right.
Well, I don't even
feel like he needs to come
needs
see
a whole
you.
nother.
He needs a makeover.
Yes.
I mean, what did we call it? A fashion upgrade.
Yes, he needs a great image consultant to present him differently, and the different haircut, everything from the top to the bottom.
I mean, you look at Elon Musk, richest man in the world, and he's wearing graphic tees.
Yeah, well, he can. He's that rich.
Yeah.
You know, when you have that amount of money, you don't have to succumb to the rules.
Right. But you could.
You could, but you don't have to.
And what are men doing right?
When you come to Swank, you're doing it right. I'm gonna say that. You know, it's not too many men clothing stores or haberdasheries on the West Coast, so it's hard to get it right if you don't have it there, you know.
Yeah, and if you weren't raised with it.
Yeah. So I was raised with it. That's why my grandmother and my grandfather, they instilled a whole lot in me. So and then I was dressing when I was young.
I bet.
I was going to school sometimes in some baggy jeans, just some baggies instead of jeans. I even loved the song. What was that song by Morris Day and the Time? I wear baggies.
I was thinking of Inglewood's Finest Shoes, but
Yeah,
is it an Inglewood thing?
No. It's not an Inglewood thing. I'm born and raised in Compton.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Compton, and
Is it an East Coast, West Coast? I know they dress up a little more on the East Coast. New York, at least. You go there, you don't see as much
They do.
people in leggings.
You could say in the South, they do. They care about how they come out a little bit more. We have the God lackadaisical in the West.
Yeah, but some of these people are running around in $200 and $300 leggings. Like, they care. It's still a brand. They're going to wear the Lululemon, but it's still going to be athleisure.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother story.
That's
like
a no for you.
Yeah, that's a negative ghostwriter. You know, women dress how they dress, how they present. I'm not at liberty to say how, but I know how I would like my woman to present. You know, not in leggings, you know, unless you're going to yoga class.
Right.
You know.
We got a minute left here, Khnum Alexander. What do you want to leave us with, whether it's business, fashion, or just your particular store?
I would just say to look out for men that dress well. You know, for women, compliment the men that are dressed well.
You look very nice today, Mr. Alexander.
Thank you very much. Because men tend to feed off of how women like to see them. You know, a woman can change the whole trajectory of how a man dresses by saying, hey, I would love to see you in this.
Right.
And he'll go look for it if he really honors and loves that woman.
Well said. Well, it's really nice to meet you. Congratulations on your success and in your store.
Yes.
And we're going to send some people to you for sure.
Yes. I remember on the 20th of
Stogies
September.
Under the Stars.
Stogies Under the Stars.
CigarKings.com. Yeah, and I bet you, okay, I'm out of time, but I bet you people assume you're in charge when you're at other places that aren't your store just because of how you dressed.
That is very true.
Yeah,
that's why I
think
said
you're the
people,
manager. They think you're the boss.
Yeah, dress like you. What is that saying? If you want to go get a loan, dress like you own the bank.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Khnum Alexander, thanks so much.
Thank you for
We've
having me.
News,
Appreciate
traffic, and sports, and then it's the perfect time to call me. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is an intervention. When we come forward, includes you. KBLA Talk 1580, turning pain into power.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams is brushing off reports he'll quit the mayor's race.
Next question.
Adams says he's staying in as an independent despite rumors of a Trump administration job offer. Trump has urged Adams and Republican Curtis Sleewood to drop out to boost Andrew Cuomo against frontrunner Zohran Mamdani. A black Minnesota man is free after 27 years for a murder he didn't commit. Brian Hooper was sentenced to life in 1998, but the key witness recently confessed to the crime. Hooper, now 54, walked out of Stillwater Prison to reunite with his children. And rapper Young Thug is apologizing to girlfriend Mariah the Scientist after leaked jail calls revealed he was unfaithful. The private conversations, now public, sparked social media buzz. Thug posted on X saying he's sorry and willing to do anything to make the relationship work. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Is this the takeover? This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The LA Sparks beat the Phoenix Mercury Tuesday night, but they were eliminated from contention for the WNBA playoffs. The Seattle Storm's one-point win over Golden State Tuesday night clinched the 8th and final playoff spot for the Storm. The Sparks needed Seattle to lose to stay in contention. This is the 4th straight year the Sparks have failed to make the playoffs. The Sparks wrap up the season Thursday night at home against the Las Vegas Aces. The Dodgers increased their lead to 2 games over San Diego in the NL West. Right fielder Teoscar Hernandez hit 2 home runs Tuesday night to spark the Dodgers' 7-2 win over Colorado. Top 5 college football teams in this week's top 25 poll: Ohio State, Penn State, LSU, Oregon, and Miami. Jackson State remained at number 15 in this week's NCAA Division I AA rankings. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, KBLA 1580 delegation, your health matters to us. We know that information is power, especially when it comes to prevention and treatment. That's why we're proud to introduce the brand new KBLA Health and Wellness Hub. This online space is built just for you, connecting our community to trusted health resources, culturally relevant care, and even access to diverse clinical trials and emerging therapies. Whether you're looking for information on common conditions, mental health support, or just want to stay on top of your wellness journey, we got you. And the best part, it's all on our website at KBLA1580.com. Accessible, empowering, community-focused. So just go to KBLA1580.com and click on the Health and Wellness Hub icon, because knowledge is power and your health is everything. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. Let's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're an African American mom who is pregnant or have a baby under 6 months old, you deserve care that lifts, listens, and lasts. Black Infant Health is for you. It's a free program with individual support, group sessions, and resources to start your mothering journey. BIH makes space for moms and their families to create community. Learn more about the programs in Los Angeles County. Check us out at blackinfanthealth.org.
Is your loved one at the hospital or in a nursing home? Have they developed bed sores, fallen, or worse? These are things your family members should be protected from. Bed sores, falls, and dehydration are almost always the result of negligent care. If this has happened to your loved one, call Zorin at Basic Law Group at 800-215-1234 or visit basiclawgroup.com. The consultation is free, and if they don't win, you don't pay. That's 800-215-1234.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA. Welcome back to your home for unapologetically progressive radio, KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. We're continuing our mission to recycle black dollars. And so it's always fun to meet folks from local businesses. Khnum Alexander from the Haberdashery this week. Swank Men's Fashion. Speaking about men's fashion, one of the fashion really influencers, icons that doesn't come out of Europe is one rap artist named Ye, right? Huge fashion influencer. I think more than people even give him credit for. By people, I'm talking about the mainstream. I think most people in hip hop would give Ye credit for being an iconic fashion influencer. Miles and I had the opportunity yesterday to look at a new documentary. It's called In Whose Name, and it focuses on Ye. We'll have the filmmaker here on Friday. His name is Nico Ballasteros. He'll be joining us Friday after our Freedman Friday conversation with John Wood Jr., which should be an interesting Freedman Friday because it'll be a Republican viewpoint on that. And apparently when Nico Ballasteros was still in high school, he got the opportunity to start filming for Ye because the guy that was doing it quit or got fired or something. I think he went to work for Travis Scott or something. And then he was in the right place, right time, and he was liked by Ye. So he got the gig filming him, and he filmed him from 2016 through 2024. And now he has a documentary. It's funny because the LA Times calls it an unauthorized documentary. I don't know if I would call it unauthorized. If Ye gave you access and actually paid you to shoot, as part of his team. Now, he's not a producer. He's not a writer. Ye isn't. He has no, official role in this. But my understanding is that the filmmaker and the rap artist are still quite close. And so that's, I guess, I don't know. I feel like maybe that's the LA Times way of allowing themselves to cover this story. But it's pretty interesting. The documentary opens on Friday in theaters. I saw there's another documentary that was done on Netflix, which is more Ye's earlier life. That one was really good too. That one was a friend of Ye's who started filming him, and it was so crazy because it's before really social media. It follows him when he was still trying to get a rap deal as an artist, not just a producer. And it is just incredibly prescient because we weren't doing that back then. No one wasn't filming themselves like they are now. They weren't posting everything on social media. We weren't documenting our every move. It's called Genius, a Kanye trilogy, and it was based on the work of a friend of his who filmed him everywhere, and that one was really good. That one was his early life, sort of the origin story of Ye. This one is from around the time he gets connected with the Kardashians through 2024. So it's a tumultuous period. And it's a very, very unvarnished look inside Ye's life. You see backstage, you see a lot of other artists there, you see his creative process, some meltdowns, the controversies. Definitely, I think, worth seeing. It's a little bit... It's a lot. It's just a lot. I mean, I kind of felt the filmmaker's process of thousands and thousands of hours of footage. And it's interesting because I feel like the LA Times take is a bit, well, a little bit like how you saw it to a degree when we were talking afterwards. What did you think, Miles?
Yeah, without, I don't know, is there any way to really spoil it? I mean, it's more something you can't really spoil or not explain, right?
I mean, I guess there are certain scenes we could say if we told them that would be a spoiler, but a lot of the stuff is stuff we watched play out in the public eye.
Yeah, it was just behind the scenes footage of it was great to see the behind the scenes thought process, the conversations going on of a timeline we watched play out step by step. It was It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of Kanye's brain to just sit and watch for 2 hours.
Yeah.
His thought processes, the way he put stuff together, the reactions to stuff. But yeah, for me though, I got a lot of it that, you know, Kanye, as well as everybody else in Hollywood, is on code. They are acting. They are playing the role to a T. And I think a lot of that gets exposed in that. And it's not as if it's a bad thing. It's an observation that Kanye is playing the role of Kanye, and we're watching Kanye play the role of Kanye. Whatever that scene is at that time is what we're watching. And he's committed to it.
Well, this headline says, as Kanye unraveled, this teen filmed it all. Yeah. And that's kind of closer. To me, I saw up and down. I didn't just see a steady decline. I saw up and down, and maybe that's part of the role that you're talking about. You know, his
hero's journey tale, you know what I mean? Like the ethos behind who Kanye kind of wants to be, you know?
But also his mastery of marketing and press, his mastery of grabbing the spotlight. Even intertwined with the mental health struggles, there is a clear understanding of how to promote a thing, whatever that thing is, at all times.
Yeah, there's magic to Kanye. You know what I mean? You're watching the magic of Kanye. It's easy to like the charm of what Kanye is. But it's like to get beyond that though, and to just focus on the thought process of it. It's a lot. It's wild to see. The patterns of thoughts, the patterns of creation, the patterns of, you know, conversation, the egos that go into the music. You know what I mean? The people who he's talking about that are like prompting him and you know, filling him with the information that he uses to go out here and say these types of things and do the actions that he does. You know, it's just it was good to see.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely worth seeing, especially if you're a fan of Ye. And it's going to be interesting to see how the media handles this. As I said, the LA Times calls it the unauthorized documentary. I don't know that I agree with that. I don't think it's unauthorized. I think Ye allowed him to film, and Ye is still friends with this guy. It's not like he's violating, you know, I'm sure, well, we'll find out. We'll talk to him Friday. I'm sure he did his best to be objective, but I mean, clearly he was part of the inner circle.
Yeah, very, very much so.
Yeah, so I wouldn't call it unauthorized. It takes you from the White House to inside the Kardashian house.
Right, Kris Jenner's house.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite scenes just because, why, that would be a spoiler. But, you know, because of the what they're talking about. Let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's coming out Friday in theaters. And I would say, yeah, if you like Ye, if you like hip hop, if you like, if you think you like the Kardashians, all of those are reasons to go see it. If you like architecture, all good reasons to go see it. It is a lot, though. I felt like I was traveling with Ye for 24 hours, and I was ready to go home and sit quietly after all of that.
Yeah, it was, you know, yeah, you gotta detox a little bit and be like, okay, let me get back in my mind and what I got going on, and, you know, back into this world. There's a whole nother world in there. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was our we don't do a lot of film reviews, but of course I wanted to see it before the director. This is his directorial debut. Very young man, because he was in high school when he started this project. And it films through 2024. So we'll talk to him Friday, but I would recommend, I would recommend to see it if you like Ye, if you like hip hop, if you like if you're an artist and you're interested in the process and the way he nurtures his own process, even in the middle of chaos and mental health challenges. Very, very fascinating. Perfect time to call me, 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. You are listening to Unapologetically Progressive, KBLA, Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
You hear that? That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday night. That's because Mike was smart this time. He took ZQL Ultra to fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and get the deeply restorative sleep he needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer Mondays.
Let's do this Monday.
ZQL Ultra. Not for colds, just for sleep. Really great sleep. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
1455 Frazee, San Diego. CordellCordell.com.
So many things, big and little, make you uniquely you. Your hobbies, dreams, career, family, and more. Addiction to drugs, including opioids and stimulants, can strip these away from you. Recover your life. Choose treatment for drug addiction and get back to what matters most. Find a provider and proven treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. Recover you.
It's never too early to start talking about money in realistic ways with your kids. JP Morgan Chase navigates how to educate your kids now about creating long-lasting, healthy money habits. Whether your kids are in elementary school, high school, or college, now is a great time to start a conversation about ways to create healthy money habits as they grow, ultimately benefiting their financial future. Talking about money in a realistic way to support your kids' lifestyle and dreams, your first banking account geared towards high school or college. It's never too early. Explaining the basics, what you earn and what you spend, building financial confidence starts with getting organized. Learning and practicing vital money skills now will stay with them for life. Tools they will have to stay on top of their finances and achieve their goals. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where hate meets a scholarly match.
Okay, well, according to the LA Times, Nico Ballasteros was never on Ye's payroll. That's interesting because what I read was that the guy who was hired to film Ye quit, and this guy stepped in. So he stepped in for free, traveled with him.
Look, he said he was 18. Not to cut you off. He said he was 18, a little young, hungry cat. I'm not going to lie. I know young guys that do that type of stuff, though. For 8 years is crazy. For somebody that rich is crazy, but I know people that take
don't worry
that type
about
of
cutting me off. I call it kitchen table conversation. It's not that formal. But I feel like he was riding in his cars, eating at his table. I don't know. Who bankrolled it then? Like, how are you? Well, I don't know. I know they're friends now. I know that much. And I know as a filmmaker, you're going to try to be objective. You're not going to try to make an infomercial for Ye, and clearly it's not that. But he also says it wasn't meant to be a takedown. Yeah, it's definitely worth seeing. And you see his mental health challenges, and you see his brilliance. You definitely see his genius. I mean. Anyway, Daniel Siren is asking me if this is the Yeezus doc on Netflix. No, this is not. I was just referring to the Genius. That one is really good. That one's really good too, but that one's different. That one is more the origin story of Ye the artist, and I loved it so much because it really showed him trying to get into the industry, and that was shot by his good friend whose name I can't remember right now. This one is shot by a young aspiring filmmaker from Orange County, ironically enough, who was brought into Ye's inner circle by Ye, whether it was on the payroll or not, and traveled with him for 6 years. Everywhere. There's one scene where an artist goes, "Is this your guy?" He shows him because they're about to go into a private meeting and close the door. And Ye says yes, and he lets him on in. So clearly there was something going on. Let's go to Ron calling us from Richmond. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Dominique, my friend. How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you doing?
I'm blessed, too. Just thankful to be here. Yeah, I heard y'all talking about my boy, Kanye West, man. I put it out there, man. I'm still a fan of his, man. Through all the drama, and everything this brother been through, man. I still love his music, especially the earlier stuff that he came out with. Y'all know I'm old school, so I still got CDs and vinyl. Put it out there. So
well, you're definitely going to want to stick around, Ron, for the next hour,
okay,
because we have Claudette Robinson, the First Lady of Motown, coming into the studio with me, and that should be quite an amazing musical conversation.
Okay, no doubt. Yes, I'm locked in. For some reason, I can't watch you on my TV, YouTube bugging on my cable box, so I'm watching you on my old throwback cell phone. Thank God it's still working. I'm a upgrade it. Give me something new in a minute. I pray and hope so. At least I'm tuned in. I'm able to see you. So that's the main thing.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the love. Claudette, of course, was one of the members of the Miracles, and yeah, so it'll be quite a good conversation. She heads the Miracles legacy team and such. So I'm glad you got in by hook or by crook, on the phone, on the computer, on the app. I'm not streaming today on Instagram, but maybe I will. Miss Claudette is on Instagram, so maybe she'll want to stream with me. We'll see. You know, we're building this plane while we're flying it.
That's what's up. Dominique, thank you. I appreciate you taking my calls. Big ups to Miles. Hold it down for you always. And a big shout out to Chapman Smiley, the whole station. Y'all doing a great job, man. You know I've been tuned in since day one, so y'all just keep getting better and better. Keep up the good work, man. Much love from Richmond, Cali, all the way to L.A. Keep doing your thing, y'all.
Okay, that's California love right there. Paul says that Ye lost his mother and was surrounded by Kardashians, and that is very evident in the film. I mean, the chaos, the impact, the voices, the influence of the Kardashian clan is very much part of this section of Ye's life. It's one of the things that makes it super interesting.
But they loved him, though.
That's what you said.
I caught. Look, to be around and to vibe with that is like, cause Kanye's not no small wilting type of violent that you just, oh yeah, Kanye's gonna be one of us like people think it might be. No, they actually loved, and it feels like had to actually put up and deal with Kanye just as much. They love that man.
I'm glad you got that from it.
You feel like it's easy to, and like I said, it's easy to love the brilliance and the magic of Kanye, I guess. But
I mean, the guy's a billionaire and he's a black man. Kardashian women like rich black men. That's what they marry. That's what they cultivate. That's who they have babies with. So for me to hear that from you, a young black man, I'm glad to hear that you felt genuine love from them. Like for me, he fit the statistics. Must be rich, must be, marriageable age, relatively good looking to qualify to be a Kardashian husband. But you felt the love.
And I get you there as well. And maybe that's a difference of what you put up with. Your deal breakers aren't the same,
right,
with that kind of qualifications. But I don't know. It just feels like the energy of Kanye, to have that around you in your life, regardless of what it comes with. It feels like there has to be some sort of deeper attachment than just, okay, cool. Because there's a lot of people like Kanye, in my opinion, if we're looking for just that status. Not a lot, but there are people.
You mean rich black men, or you mean men struggling with bipolar who also happen to be brilliant artists?
So you can find the rich black man.
Really? I know a lot of women looking for him.
I'm sure the Kardashians could probably find some more than the other women that are looking for him.
They can find the whole NFL and the whole NBA. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And maybe, I don't know, whatever other leagues there are.
They seem to find him.
Yeah, they do. And they like him. No one's forcing these dudes to be with Kardashians or Jenners. Paul says they're the vampires referenced in the movie Sinners. I don't know about that, but I know it usually doesn't go real well for the men. I mean, after they, when they get through that, Lamar Odom and Chris Humphries, and I don't even know the list because I don't follow it that close. I'm not a reality TV girl, but it seems like the men always leave out of there in shambles.
And I mean, it was good for ratings on both hands. That's why I don't know if I can really blame. I can't call them the vampires because I know you clearly see the impact and the way Kanye uses that as well.
Oh, no doubt. There's no doubt about that. You can see it in every aspect. And one of the things that I found so fascinating, because one of the big, I think, debates about Ye is he a marketing genius or is he just crazy? Right? Because he does things that, seem crazy. And we know that he has mental health challenges. And I think one of the things you see in this documentary is that he's orchestrating mostly everything, that he's very conscious no matter what the mental health struggle he's clearly dealing with. He's very conscious. He's conscious of the Kardashian image and how he uses it, how he counteracts it, what the reaction is going to be, especially with the whole Trump thing. I mean, that's pretty telling.
Yeah. Nothing really goes by mistake for Kanye. He may be sporadic, but nothing really seemed like it was a mistake at all.
Right.
Just something that just happened or was a coincidence. Nothing's a coincidence.
And and I've said this many times on the show, I am and remain a fan of Ye. And I know that's not always a popular opinion. I'm not saying I endorse swastikas or White Lives Matter or any of the stuff he does that's over there on the right-wing side of town. But I am a fan of his music. I'm a fan of his fashion. I'm a fan of the fact that he is truly an original. And
for sure, yep.
And he changed hip hop. I mean,
it's a lot of things.
That's just a little bit, right? And I love that they show the whole spiritual journey. We, didn't have the same reaction to that either. Dion's in the chat. She says her millennial son described the Kardashian women as having built their brands on black men.
Sure.
A nuanced observation. Yeah, because if there are no black men, what are the without Ray J? Who's Kim K?
Right.
What? I mean, and that's just one example, one of many. And I'm not mad at either one of them. You do you. I'm not in charge of you. But I'm just saying that, that love is convenient.
Yeah. They said everybody's playing their role. They played their role too. That's what I'm saying. I think it's clearly all staged. It's clearly orchestrated. So, Yeah.
And like you always say, Miles, that sun sure is hot.
It's getting hot, ain't it? You can feel it heating up.
Yes, indeed. And Paul says they invited the vampires in. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. It's a symbiotic relationship. There's mutual benefit. I just think there's a really big part of it that's business. That's what I'll say. It's a really big part of it that's business. Very interesting doc, In Whose Name, out Friday. We are going to be talking with Motown's first lady. So looking forward to the conversation with Claudette Robinson when we come forward after news, traffic, and sports, only right here.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams is brushing off reports he'll quit the mayor's race.
Next question.
Adams says he's staying in as an independent despite rumors of a Trump administration job offer. Trump has urged Adams and Republican Curtis Sleewood to drop out to boost Andrew Cuomo against frontrunner Zohran Mamdani. A black Minnesota man is free after 27 years for a murder he didn't commit. Brian Hooper was sentenced to life in 1998, but the key witness recently confessed to the crime. Hooper, now 54, walked out of Stillwater Prison to reunite with his children. And rapper